Hey guys, welcome to another Bazille tutorial. This week I want to show you how to make a sound similar to this. So it's sort of a lead, plucky ambient sound, and it looks fairly complicated, but I think we'll manage to reproduce this sound. So I'm gonna choose an initialized patch, and then we get just this sine wave. And now oscillator 1 is routed through the volume, so through the main output. We don't want that, we want it to go into a mixer. So we're gonna drag this cable and we're gonna throw it in this first in channel of the multiplex, which is basically a mixer with some more advanced options, but for now we're gonna use it just as a mixer of our signals, because we want to use all oscillators. So the second oscillator, the output is going in this input right here, and then we take the third oscillator and we throw it right there, and then oscillator 4 right there. And now we have an output here, and we're gonna send all the red circles are outputs. We're gonna send that to a filter, and then finally the filter is going out through the main volume. So now we have all of these oscillators coming into the mixer, and here we have just the levels of the left and right side, and then they go through the filter, and then the filter goes with a low pass 6 dB slope to the output. So now we're gonna lower the volume a bit because we've used all oscillators, and we're gonna hear what it sounds like. So it's just a lot of sine waves. I'm gonna disable the reverb for now by just double clicking it, and then we're gonna mess with the oscillators a little bit. I can, for example, set the first oscillator up 1 octave, 12 semitones, and then we can set this one up 2 octaves, and maybe we make this a little bit more saw-like with this phase distortion knob right here. And then we can set oscillator 3 to 1 octave up, and we can try to fractalize by clicking here on off and choosing saw, and just give a tiny amount. Something like that. And maybe this one can be a square, so we have some variation, and we're gonna phase distort this wave with a square wave. And then actually I'm gonna do one thing differently. I'm gonna route these to a different filter. So they're gonna go to this right multiplex, and then this one is going to filter 2, and then I'll choose a low pass 12 dB, and I set it to the second output. And the main reason I do that is that now I can choose a different envelope here for this output. So I can give this one a slower attack. I should have envelope 2, so this one. And of course the cutoff. So now this one has a little bit of a slower attack, and the other channel, so the first 2 oscillators, have a fast attack. I'm gonna drop the sustain on both envelopes. And then I want to use the high pass for the second filter also. Okay, that's starting to sound alright. And then I want to use LFO2 as sort of a vibrato amount. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go to the effects page, and I disable this assignment here where it says LFO1, I'm gonna set this amount all the way down, and then I'm gonna choose this one, and I want to use the triangle wave, so I click this one and I'll send it to this modulation knob of the tuning, and I do that for all 4 oscillators. And then one other thing I have to do is I have to set this 50 semitones to cents, because I want it to be subtle, so I don't want it to modulate semitones but just these cents. So I'm gonna change that on all 4, and then I'm gonna give them some sort of an amount, and I vary it a bit for each oscillator, and then I'll set this LFO to seconds, and I disable the mod wheel assignment here. And I can give it a little bit of delay. Yeah, I like that. So now what else can we do? Well, first I want a little bit more brightness in the sound, so I'm gonna set this phase distortion a little bit higher here and on the 3rd oscillator. And then I want to use an envelope that we haven't used yet to control a little bit of the filters. So I'm gonna send the output of envelope 3 to one of these modulation knobs, and then I can modulate this cutoff control. You can see that the arrow points to the cutoff, so that means that this is controlling the cutoff. And just very subtly. And we can also try it on the resonance. And then we can use envelope 4, the output for these filters right here. Can mess with these semitones a little bit, and mess with the resonance and the cutoff settings, and we can also choose different filter types. So for example, I could choose a bandpass here and route it through the input of this second multiplex, so then this filter is going out to this mixer, and then that mixer is going back to that filter, and that filter is going to the main output. And I can also route this to there, see what that sounds like. I don't want this for now. I'm trying not to make it too complicated. So I think that already sounds pretty nice. One thing I'm gonna do now first is enable the reverb by double clicking it, and I'm gonna raise the decay a little bit, and the width I set that to 100, so it's more stereo, and I set the tone a little bit higher, and the tension can be a little bit higher, and the drive a little bit less. And I'm gonna put that first in the chain, and second effect is gonna be the delay, and I'll raise the volume of the center a little bit, so that's the delay that's going to be in the middle and the delay on the sides, and then I set the rates. And now I can experiment a little bit with different envelope settings, like a slower attack. And then one last thing I want to do is I want to send the mod wheel to one of the filter amounts. So I can click here where it says mod wheel, and these are just your modulation sources, and I'll drag a cable to this modulation knob. I'll give it a little bit of amount, and now my mod wheel should control the filter cutoff. So I'm going to play the melody and turn the mod wheel. So that is how to build a basic Pluck patch in Bazille. I hope you got something out of that. If you did, please like and subscribe, and see you next week. Thanks.